Hello friends, welcome to Grade Up. Good evening Jyotsna, Sakshi, good evening, Payal, hello, Deva, hello, Nandish, Vandana, Pawan, Shivans, yes Payal, good evening, Sachitra, hello, Anup, good evening, yes Shivans, good evening, Rohnia, good evening, Anurag, good evening. So this session is very important. Good evening Saurabh, good evening. Ram Prasad, good evening. Lasya, hello. Sachin, hello. Yes, Shiv Shankar, good evening. This session is very important. In this session, we will discuss the maximum power transfer theorem. Maximum power transfer theorem is very important because it is the application of the Thevenin theorem. So you should know the procedure of the maximum power transfer as well as the Thevenin theorem. Yes, Madhu, hello. Good evening, Deepa. Subham, good evening. Yes, Shiv Shankar, good evening. I am starting the session. It is about me, myself, Vijay Bansal, 20 years of teaching experience. Many thousand students I have mentored so far. Yes, Saurabh is saying tough topic for me. It is easy. Saurabh, it is easy topic. Yes, Radha Roman, I am fine. Okay, I am starting and we will discuss in this session. We will discuss MPT. Yes. Payal is saying me too. Okay. It is not so much tough topic. So we will discuss maximum power transfer theorem. We will discuss maximum power transfer. Maximum power transfer theorem with DC source with AC source. Srinidhi is saying, sir, due to the network issue, I couldn't watch yesterday. Can I? Yes. This session is based on the Thevenin theorem, not based on the Norton theorem. So, if anybody, due to the network issue or any other issue, is not able to watch the yesterday video, then it is okay. No problem, because maximum power transfer theorem is the application of the Thevenin theorem. So, maximum power transfer theorem we will discuss with the DC network and for AC network. AC network. So with the DC network and with the AC network, maximum power transfer we will discuss. And it is very easy. The only concept, either it is the EC or DC. Either it is a DC network or the AC network. One point is the important. Whether, yes, Sivans is saying more question on the, okay. So once you have the idea about the analysis of the network, you can solve any network. And my suggestion is that the questions we have discussed with the Thevenin theorem, you can check these theorem with the Norton theorem. You can practice these questions with the Norton theorem. So either it is a DC network or the AC network. One point in the maximum power transfer theorem is important. If RL is variable, if RL is not variable. There is two cases, whether it is a AC network or DC network. Two cases important, if RL is variable, if RL is not variable. Either it is a DC network or the AC network. 2 point is the important, whether RL is variable or RL is not variable. If RL is variable and if RL is not variable. Because there are many cases when RL is variable, when RL is not variable. So you know, Yashwant is saying, sir, in one of the quiz question I got Rn as negative, and in the answer they took the modulus and marked my answer as wrong. No. Yashwant, your answer is correct. I will tell to the backup team that if answer of the RTH Rn is negative, then it is correct. No need to take the modulus. It means they don't know what is the negative sign meaning. Yashwant, you are correct. I will tell you to the backend team. I think they have committed some mistake. Okay, Yashwant, okay. So DC network, AC network, RL is variable, RL is not variable. So if RL is variable and if RL is not variable, there is two cases. So we know power PL is equal to IL square RL. So power depends on current as well as the RL. So power is the function of IL, RL. Power is the mathematically, it is the pure mathematical. Power is the IL and RL. So first case, if RL is not variable, if RL is not variable, if load resistance is not variable, in that case, power is proportional to current. So if RL is not variable or RL is constant, if RL is constant, so maximum power will transfer to the RL if IL is maximum. So for PL is maximum, for PL max, we have to maximize the IL. For PL max, IL max must be IL max. So we should concentrate for the IL maximum. If RL is not variable, then we should concentrate to the IL maximum. If we get the IL maximum, then we get the PL maximum. It is the first case. And if RL is variable, IL is itself a function of RL. Load current depends on the function of RL. So if PL is function of IL and RL, RL is again, IL is again, it is the IL. Load current is again the function of load current. Load current is function of the RL. Then you go to the maxima or minima. Then you go for maxima condition. Maximum condition. What is the maximum condition? Maximum condition is dPL upon dRL is equal to 0. Or if y is the function of x, for maxima or minima, dy by dx is 0. You know very well. So we will discuss both the cases. If RL is variable, if RL is not variable. So I am taking one by one question. Pawan is asking, sir, how will the total capacitance change when two capacitors are connected in parallel? Yes, it is the C1 plus C2. If two capacitors are connected in parallel, then it is the C1 plus. Yes, very good. Okay, now I am taking the case maximum power transfer theorem for two cases. One is with DC source, second one is with AC source. We will take two cases with DC source and with AC source. First we will discuss with the DC source, and in DC source both condition, if RL is variable and if RL is constant, or you can say RS is variable, means source current is variable, source resistance is variable, RS is variable, not RL, it is the source side. If source resistance is variable, then what is the condition for maximum power transfer to the load? We have to discuss the condition maximum power transfer to the load. So first case, with the DC network, with the DC source or DC network, if the network having the DC source, it is the DC network. So it is a DC network. So RL is the variable. First case we are taking RL as a variable, and this side it is the load side and this side is the source side. So it is the source, it is the load. So first case, it is very easy case, most of the student knows. First case is disconnect the load resistance. First you disconnect the load resistance, and once you disconnect the load resistance, any DC network can be equivalent to, any two terminal DC network is equivalent to a source voltage and a resistance in series with the voltage source. It is the Thevenin theorem. Any two terminal, if you disconnect the load resistance, any two terminal network is equivalent to voltage source and a resistance in series with the voltage source, where Vs is VAB or you can say VTH and Rs is RAB, that is the RTH. Means source resistance is nothing but it is the Thevenin resistance, and source voltage is nothing but it is the Thevenin voltage. You know already because we are saying it is a source, so we are using the suffix s. We are using suffix x for the source. Otherwise, it is the RTH, it is the VTH, nothing else. Now, this is the reconnect the load resistance. If we reconnect the load resistance after making the Thevenin equivalent, what is the condition for maximum power transfer to the load? What is the condition? In which condition? What is the power transfer? You know very well. Make the PL function as a Sivansh is asking what is the difference between Thevenin and yes. The main difference between the Thevenin and maximum is in the Thevenin theorem load resistance is constant. In maximum power transfer theorem load resistance is variable. The difference between the Thevenin theorem and the maximum power is here load resistance is not constant. Here load resistance is the variable. If this arrow indicates that this element is the variable element. So the main difference between the Thevenin theorem and maximum power transfer theorem is in this theorem where either RL or RS is variable, but in the case of maximum power Thevenin theorem these two resistance are constant. So what is the condition? You know, yes, Sivansh, I will. Yes, if load resistance is not constant, it is a variable. That is the case of the maximum power transfer. And if load resistance is constant as well as the source resistance, it is the case of the Thevenin theorem. So maximum power transfer theorem is the application of the Thevenin theorem. You can apply the Thevenin theorem to calculate the equivalent resistance of any two terminal network. And once you calculate the RS and VS, then for maximum power transfer from power, it is obvious that it is the source part. It is the source and it is the load. So it is very obvious that so power is transferred from source to load. But in the maximum power transfer, we are interested that what is the maximum power transfer to the load. Whatever be the load resistance, always power is transferred from source to load. But in the maximum power transfer theorem, we are interested of maximum power transfer to the load. So maximum power transfer theorem says power transfer from source to load will be maximum. Power transfer from source to load would be maximum if variable resistance is equal to the source resistance, if RL is equal to the RS. This is the condition. We can derive this condition using the maximum minima. It is a very simple condition to derive. We have to make power as a function of RL and differentiating PL with respect to RL, we get this condition. So if the load resistance is equal to the source resistance, in that case power transfer to the load would be the maximum. And how much power? Power maximum transfer, PL max transfer is equal to VS square by 4RL. Just I am giving you the formula. Otherwise, you can derive very easily. I am deriving in a minute because this condition is the very easy condition. Most of the students know this condition, so I am not very much concerned with this condition because most of the students knows the maximum power for DC condition. And in the DC, there are two cases when RL is variable, when RS is variable. But we are taking in this case when RL is variable. And derivation is so easy. Yes. In the maximum power transfer, RTH cannot be negative because it must be a load. So RTH cannot be negative. Yes. Very good. So RTH must be positive in the maximum power transfer. Very good. So it is the PL max is equal to VS square upon 4RL. It is the maximum power condition. Amount of maximum power transfer to the load. It is the amount of maximum power transfer to the load. Kalyani is saying something, sir, the load is always variable, then why load in the Thevenin theorem is constant? No. You cannot say load is variable. Load may be a constant, load may be a constant or may be variable. It is depending upon, suppose that our ceiling fan, if without regulator our ceiling fan is a constant load, because the blades on the ceiling fan is always fixed. So ceiling fan without regulator is a constant load. It is a example of the constant load. Many examples are of the constant load. You cannot say load is always variable. A 60-watt bulb is always a constant load. A 60-watt bulb is always a constant load. So you cannot say that load is always a variable. But as a household load, if you seeing as a household load, it is a variable, because sometimes you switch on one fan, sometimes you switch on AC, sometimes you switch on two fans. So that is a overall load resistance is variable as a domestic load or industrial load, but you can make as a load is constant. So it is not. Yes, Shiv Shankar is asking how it is condition is coming. Okay, I am deriving. Aditya Reddy is saying, sir, RL is equal to RS gives the maximum power. Yes, Aditya, you are correct. So it is very easy to derive the condition. I am deriving. If you derive this condition, what is the condition? You just calculate the load current. What is the load current? Load current is equal to total voltage divided by total resistance. You know very well. I am not very much interested in this condition because most of the student knows this derivation. I am giving you the higher end of the maximum power. And what is the maximum power? PL is equal to IL square RL. If you put a value of IL here, so you get Vs upon Rs plus RL whole square multiplied by RL. It is the PL. And Vs and Rs is the constant, so PL is a function of RL. RL in the denominator as well as RL in the numerator. So for maximum power transfer to the load, so dPL upon DRL must be 0. If you differentiate dPL by DRL is equal to 0, you know the condition for the maximum power. Because minimum power condition we already know. If I put RL is equal to 0, I know the power minimum transfer would be 0. If I put RL is equal to 0, minimum power transfer to the load is 0. So for maximum power transfer, dPL upon DRL is 0. And if you differentiate this equation, with respect to RL and put equal to 0, you get the RL is equal to RS. I hope you know this condition. Otherwise, I can derive this equation. I hope you know very well. And if you put RS is equal to RL, you get the PL is equal to Vs square by 4RL. If you put RS is equal to RL in this equation number 1, you get the maximum power transfer condition. So what is the maximum power? PL max is equal to Vs upon RL plus RL. RL plus RL is the 2RL. 2RL whole square is the 4RL square. 1 RL is cancelled out. So you get Vs upon 2RL whole square multiplied by RL. So PL max is equal to Vs square upon 4RL. PL max is equal to Vs square upon 4RL. Pawan Chandra is asking, sir, how much energy a 10 HP power HP motor deliver in 30? Very easy question. E is equal to P into T. 10 HP, 10 into 746 multiplied by 30 into 60. Pawan, this question is very easy. I think it is up to the JE level question, not the gate level question. So amount of maximum power transfer is Vs square upon 4RL. Yes, very good. Yaswant is giving all answer also. 13.428 megajoule. Very good, Yaswant. It is question of the level of the SSC, not the question level of the gate. So PL max is equal to Vs square upon 4RL watts. The only disadvantage of the maximum power transfer theorem is efficiency. Efficiency in this case is the only 50%, because Rs and RL are equal. So the same amount of power which is delivering to the load is wastage. Equal amount of the power is wastage in the source resistance. So only disadvantage of the maximum power transfer theorem is efficiency is the 50%. The only disadvantage is for maximum power transfer theorem is efficiency is 50% or less than 50%. In other cases, in the AC cases, we will prove efficiency may be less than 50%. So maximum efficiency in the case of maximum power transfer is only 50%. That is the efficiency is only the 50%, because same amount of power is get wasted in the source resistance, because both the resistance are same values, a current is same, both the currents are same, so equal amount of power is get wasted in the source resistance. That is why efficiency of this maximum power transfer is the 50%. That is why only electronics student use the maximum power condition. In electrical engineering, where power is in the kilowatt or megawatt, because power in the electrical engineering is in kilowatt or megawatt or more than megawatt. So if kilowatt or megawatt power is wasted, it is very huge amount of power. So in electrical we never use the maximum power condition, but in electronics power is either in watts or milliwatts. And if in communication or other applications, amplification, where power is in watt or in the milliwatt. So if power is in the milliwatt, transfer power is milliwatt or watt, we can afford the wastage of 50% power, because if power in something 10 watt or power is 25 milliwatt, then we can wastage 5 watt easily. We can afford the 5 watt wastage easily, or we can afford the 12.5 milliwatt wastage easily. But if power is in the megawatt or kilowatt, we cannot afford the wastage of 50% power. That is why in electrical engineering we never use the maximum power. We use the maximum power transfer theorem only in the electronics and mainly in the communication or in the amplification case. Yes, Lasya is saying very correctly. Losses will be huge in the electrical case, but in electronics we can afford the wastage of power in watts or milliwatts. Okay. Now next is we can say this case, we can calculate the resistance, where we already know how to calculate the resistance in case of the dependent source. If there is a dependent source in the network, we can calculate the resistance by two methods. By applying the 1 volt battery across the terminal, AB terminal, we can calculate the RS 1 by I, or we can calculate the equivalent resistance between AB terminal by applying the 1 ampere current source. I have already told you how you can calculate the equivalent resistance in case of the dependent source. And if there is no dependent source in the network, you can apply the series parallel method. So these two methods you already know how to calculate the RS, or you can say RTH, because RS is nothing but it is the RTH or RAB. So resistance calculation in case of dependent source you are very much familiar. So but you know, if RL is variable, for maximum power transfer RL must be equal to RS. This is the condition for maximum power. And amount of maximum power transfer is Vs square upon 4RL watts. You know very well, but this is the condition only true if RL is variable. This is the condition true if RL is variable. If RL is variable and network is the DC, and load is the RL variable, then it is the case, you know already. But this is the case when RS is constant and RL is variable. This is the case we have so far discussed. When RL is variable and RS is constant, Vs is constant. So we know the condition, but this is the case. It is the case too when RS is variable. Suppose that we have the option to vary the source resistance. Suppose that we are at the source side and we can vary the source resistance. So now what is the condition for maximum power transfer to the load? Now condition will change. Now condition will change. Yashwant is saying, sir, if RTH turns out to be negative, having had a dependent source network. No, no, no. In the case of maximum power transfer, RTH must always be positive because RTH must be equal to the RL. So maximum power can only be transferred if RTH is the positive. RTH or RS can never be negative. It is always positive. Yes, is there any particular scenario where RTH is calculated using method 3? Method 3 is somewhat time consuming. Because for the method 3 you have to calculate the Thevenin voltage and you have to calculate the Norton current. So sometime it takes more time. So students generally avoid this method. Abhinav Mishra is asking example of the variable. If source is variable, the power is Vs square upon 4RL. Power is Vs square upon 4RL. You increase the Vs, you increase the power. Yes, yes. There are many electronic sources nowadays. Many variable supply voltage are there. Many voltages are there which is variable. Okay. Now case 2. Case 2. Case 2 if RS is variable. If RS is variable. Yes, Sivans Nigam have asked a very logical question. Yes, Sivans, we will discuss this question also. It is a very logical question and everybody can give the answer. Last year is saying, sir, if we get the negative resistance, should take it positive. No. Guru Shiva is asking practical where maximum power transfer theorem is used in the communication and in the amplifier. Impedance matching. Guru Shiva, in electronics, this term is also called impedance matching. If we say it is a impedance matching case, that is the indirectly maximum power transfer theorem case. In the amplification, if you know the term impedance matching, that is the case of maximum power transfer. Okay. So what is the condition? If RL is not variable, RS is variable. So what is the power? Power in the load resistance PL is equal to IL square RL. IL square RL. So PL is equal to IL square RL. And if PL is equal to IL square RL, RL is constant. RL is constant. So if RL is constant, RL is constant, so PL is directly proportional to IL square. PL is directly proportional to IL square. If I increase the IL, if I can increase the IL, I can increase the PL. I can increase the PL. So what is the IL? Load current is equal to Vs upon Rs plus RL. And the variable resistance is the RS. RS is the variable resistance. So how can you maximize this resistance? How can you maximize the load current? You have to maximize the load current. Vs is not vary. Vs is a constant. You cannot vary the Vs. You cannot vary the RL. So you can only vary the RS. So what is the variation of RS so that IL is the maximum? So IL current can be maximum if RS is 0. So if source resistance is 0, so minimum value of the source resistance is 0. So if source resistance becomes 0, load current becomes the highest. Load current becomes the highest because the minimum denominator value is the RL. Minimum denominator value is the RL because you cannot change the RL and you cannot change the Vs. You cannot change the Vs, you cannot change the RL. You can only vary the RS. So if you reduce the RS to the lowest value, you can have the maximum value of IL, and if you have the maximum value of IL, you get the power maximum. So for maximum power transfer to the load, in that case for maximum power transfer to the load, RS must be 0. So that is the condition. If RS must be 0, RS may be, if it is not possible, then it is the other case. If it is possible, we make the RS is equal to 0. Some student might say to me that, sir, RS 0 is not possible, because if RS is 0, it becomes the ideal voltage source, and practically ideal voltage source is not possible. So if RS is 0 is not possible, then we go RS as minimum as possible. If practically RS is not 0 possible, then we'll go RS as minimum as possible. So RS must be as minimum as possible if RS cannot be 0. Otherwise, theoretical condition is, if RS becomes 0 ohm, IL becomes the maximum. IL becomes the Vs upon RL. And it is the highest value. It is the highest value of the load current. And if it is the highest current of the load, we can calculate the maximum power. What is the maximum power? Maximum power, or IL maximum, load maximum current in this case, is Vs upon RL. It is the IL maximum. That is the load current maximum. And if load current is maximum, what is the PL maximum? PL maximum is equal to IL maximum square into RL. Because RL is not variable here. RL is not variable here in this case. It is only the RS is variable. So we make the IL maximum. And what is the IL maximum? IL maximum is Vs upon RL square into RL. So it is the Vs square upon RL. So student knows maximum power is the Vs square upon 4RL. So they must know PL max is equal to Vs square upon 4RL is only the case when RL is variable. If RL is not variable, maximum power is the Vs square upon RL. That is the condition. You must know, if the RL is not variable, maximum power is Vs square upon RL. And if RL is variable, maximum power is PL max is equal to Vs square upon 4RL. That is the difference. That is the difference when RL is variable, when RL is not variable. Isa is asking, does not the entire theory change when we use the current source instead of a voltage source, because the current source in the parallel? No. Entire theory remains same if there is a current source. If you go for the Norton theorem, you get the same answer. If you use the Thevenin equivalent, if you use the Norton equivalent, you get the same condition. Some student may think that, sir, you make the Thevenin equivalent. Of the two-terminal network. If you make the Norton equivalent of the two-terminal network, you get the same. Yes, you get the same condition. What is the condition? It is the IS, source current. If I make the source transformation, this is the resistance RS, and it is the load resistance, which is variable. If you use the Norton equivalent, the RL condition is equal to the RS. For maximum power transfer, RL must be equal to RS. And if both the resistance are same, current will be get divided half and half. If both the resistance are equal in magnitude, the current will divided half and half. It is the IS by 2. So what is the maximum power transfer? Maximum power transfer P max is equal to IS by 2 whole square into RL. So it is the IS square into RL divided by 4. And if you put IS is equal to Vs by Rs, you get the same answer. If you put IS is equal to Vs by Rs, you get the same answer. Where IS is equal to Vs by Rs. Or Vs by RL. Because Rs is equal to RL for the maximum power transfer. And efficiency is the again 50%. Because the half of the current is wasted. In the source resistance. So half of the power wastage in the source. So power efficiency again 50%. efficiency is again 50%. And in this case, if Rs is variable and if Rs is 0, power is the Vs square upon RL and efficiency is the 100%. In this case, efficiency is the 100%, but it is not the theoretical case. It is only the theoretical case. It is not the practical case. It is only comes in the competition. Otherwise, most of the time RL is variable. It is the theoretical case, not the practical case. Yes, yes. Very in the Isha, you are correct. In the case of Rs is equal to 0, all the power will be Isha, in that case, if Rs is 0, you cannot transfer into the current source. If Rs is 0, you cannot transfer the voltage source into the current source. In the case of Rs is equal to 0, you cannot source transform, because source transform is only possible if there is a resistance in series with the voltage source. Dev is asking, sir, in electrical, how to get the maximum power transfer? How to get the maximum power transfer? By impedance matching. Dev, in the amplifier, I think somewhere you have read that if there is a impedance matching, that means load impedance and the source impedance are conjugate to each other, power transfer from amplifier to the load would be maximum. Dev, I think somewhere you have read that in the amplification or in the amplifier, if the load resistance is the complex conjugate of the source impedance or load impedance is the complex conjugate of the source impedance, power transfer from amplifier to the load is, or power transfer from amplifier to the loudspeaker is maximum. Yes, yes, yes. That is the impedance matching. Maximum power transfer, another name is the impedance matching in the case of electronics. Okay. Now, the important case we will discuss in the AC network. For the AC network, maximum power transfer theorem is very, very important. Very, very important. Yaswant is saying, so it is about electronics in electrical house, sir. In electrical, I think power transfer in the bulk, so we rarely used in the maximum power for electrical. Otherwise, it is only used in the control circuit. Maybe in the control circuit it may use in the electrical or in the electronic circuit, not in transmission line. Deepa, not in transmission line. Maximum power transfer is not in the transmission line. No. It is not in the transmission line. So in the AC case, if load is variable, yes, in antenna, you can say in antenna it is used. In antenna, maximum power transfer is used, or you can say in communication, it is used. Yes. So if load is variable, first case we will discuss if load is variable. So first it is the source part. It is the source part. And it is the load part. It is the load, it is the source. Okay, Deepa, okay. So if any two terminal network, if we make the two terminal AC network, it is the source. According to Thevenin theorem, any two terminal AC network is equivalent to a voltage source, AC voltage source, and an impedance in series with the voltage source. It is the source impedance, it is the source voltage. Vs angle theta is the VAB, or you can say it is the VTH. And Zs is equal to ZAB, equivalent impedance across A and B terminal, and you can say it is the ZTH. Next step is the reconnect the load impedance. If you reconnect the load impedance, what you get? You get this condition. Now, one case by case. First, we are discussing if load is a pure variable resistance. So we are discussing one by one is the load. Case 1, if load is the pure resistive, means here It is the source is the AC, source voltage as well as the source impedance, and where ZS is equal to RS plus JXS. So impedance in general, it is the previous slide. Yes, Om Tripathi, it is the previous slide. Guru is asking very good question, sir. If the efficiency in the case of maximum power transfer is only 50%, if the only efficiency is the 50% in the case of maximum power transfer, why we use the maximum power? So the reason is simple. If you draw PL versus RL graph, if you draw power versus load resistance graph, so if RL use 0, what is the load power? It is 0. If you increase the RL, power will increase. Power will increase. At a particular point, when RL is equal to RS, power will get its peak in the resistance. If RL is equal to RS, power will at its peak. And if you further increase the RL, again power will decrease. Why power will decrease? Because IL is equal to Vs upon RS plus RL. If you increase RL beyond a point, IL will get decrease. So IL will decrease, and if IL will decrease, power will also decrease. So it is the point. It is the point where we get the maximum power. And you know, in the loudspeaker, you get the maximum sound if the power transfer to the amplifier or power transfer to the loudspeaker is the maximum. So it is the condition of PL max. Otherwise, if you reduce the RL, you get the load power this much. You get load power this much. So you always power less than the low maximum power. So if you reduce the RL or you increase the RL, you get the power which is less than the load power which you get when RL is equal to RL. That is why we use the maximum power condition. Although this is the disadvantage that here same amount of power is wasted in the source. But in the loudspeaker, we are getting the highest power. We are getting the highest power. That is why we always use the maximum power transfer. And it is supposed it is the 50 watt. Suppose it is the 50 watt. So if 50 watt gets wasted, we can afford the 50 watt wastage. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Om. Okay. So it is the case one. It is the very, very important when the load is the pure resistance. If load is the pure resistance, what is the condition? What is the condition for maximum power transfer? So if I connect the load resistance, variable load resistance at here load resistance is variable. Here load resistance is variable. It is the ZS. It is the Vs angle theta s. It is the source. Thank you, Guru. It is the source and it is the load. It is the load. So power would transfer from source to load if only RL. Load is only the RL, not the XL. Load is only the RL. If load is only the RL and source is the ZS is equal to RS plus JXS. RS plus JXS. So what is the condition for maximum power transfer? Maximum power transfer condition is power will transfer to the load maximum. Power transfer to the load would be maximum if load resistance is modulus of the source impedance. This is the condition. You must remember, I will prove. I will prove this is the condition. RL is equal to modulus of ZS. RS is equal to modulus of ZS. This is the condition for maximum power transfer to the load. Yes, Arun, you are correct. Arun is giving the correct answer. Modulus of, if it is the ZS, and this source voltage is Vs angle theta s, and load is only the pure resistance. Load is only the pure resistance RL. So what is the condition? Condition for maximum power transfer, RL is equal to modulus of ZS. Modulus, not complex, Shivans, it is not correct. Not complex conjugate, it is the modulus only. Modulus of ZS. RL is equal to modulus of ZS. That is the condition. If RL is the only variable, if load is the pure resistive and a source is the AC, in that case power will be maximum transfer in the case of RL is equal to modulus of ZS. Or you can say RL is equal to modulus of ZS. ZS is RS plus J X of S. And if you take the modulus, you get the RL is equal to under root RS square plus XS square. RL square is equal to modulus of RS square plus XS square. So RL is equal to under root of RS square plus XS of square. This is the condition. It is the modulus. So if load resistance is the modulus of the source impedance, you get the maximum power. Prabhat is saying, sir, load or source can be capacitive. Load may be capacitive or source may be. It is up to the, because if there is a synchronous generator and working in the overexcited mode, it behave like a synchronous condenser. So it behave like a capacitor. Shivans is asking, sir, why the resistance in the complex form? Resistance is the real, but maximum power transfer to the load if RL is equal to the modulus Z. I can derive. This condition is very simple. You can derive very easily. Just you calculate dPL upon dRL. I can derive this condition very easily. First, you make the PL function as a RL and dPL upon dRL is equal to 0. You get the maximum power condition. Yes. Thank you, Prabhat. So RL is equal to under root of RS square plus XS square. I will take this condition in the numerical also, because it is a very, very important condition for the gate. Most of the gate question in the case of AC comes with this condition, because the students are not familiar with this condition. Shivans is saying, sir, but in the DC it was not complex. Yes. But a network is the AC. Only the load is the resistive. Otherwise, whole network is the AC. Shivans, network is AC. This source side is the AC. So network is the AC. Only the load is the pure resistive. You can put a pure resistive load on the AC also. Okay, Sivan. Now it is the second case. If load resistance is variable as well as the load reactance is variable. It is not the inductive reactance, it is the load reactance. Load reactance as well as load resistance both are variable. We are taking the second case in the AC network. If load resistance as well as the load reactance both are variable. If load resistance as well as load reactance both are variable, what you get? It is the ZS. ZS is equal to RS plus JXS, and it is the load RL as well as XL both are variable. It is a load reactance. It may be capacitive, it may be inductive. So I am saying it is a load reactance, it is a load resistance. both are variable, both are variable. Load resistance as well as load reactance both are variable. So what is the condition? Condition for maximum power transfer is, condition for maximum power transfer, for maximum power transfer, for maximum power transfer, RL must be equal to, RL must be equal to RS, and XL must be equal to minus of XS. XL is equal to minus of X of S. Means nature wise, this negative sign shows nature of the reactance must be opposite. If load reactance is inductive, source reactance must be capacitive. If load reactance is capacitive, source reactance must be inductive. So nature wise, both reactance must be of opposite side. Both must be of opposite nature. So you can say if ZS, if ZS is equal to R plus JX, then ZL must be equal to R minus JX, R minus JX, because resistance of both source and load must be same and reactance must be of same magnitude, same nature wise opposite. So you can say ZL is equal to conjugate of the ZS. This is the condition. Sivansh is saying, sir, how XL comes in this circuit? Yes. Because load nature wise may be resistive, may be RL load. Induction motor is the example of the RL load. Induction motor is the example of the RL load. Most of our motors are the RL load example. So load may be RL load. So what is the condition? This condition for the maximum power transfer is ZL must be equal to conjugate of the ZS. If ZL is conjugate of the ZS, suppose that it is the ZL and both resistance and reactance both are variable. If I say ZL is variable, that means RL is variable as well as XL is variable. Subham is saying, sir, can you please explain? Okay. I am explaining the conditions once again. Subham, I am explaining once again. Suppose that it is the source part. It is the source part. Yes, it is the source part and it is the Vs angle theta s. And it is the ZS. ZS is equal to RS plus JXS. And we connect a load. In the case 1, we connected the load, pure resistance variable, pure variable resistance. In the case 1, we discuss pure resistance. Load is a pure resistive load. Pure resistance is a variable. Now we are discussing the case when load is the resistance and reactance both are variable. Suppose that we take a load where load resistance as well as load reactance both are variable. We are discussing different case. We are discussing different case. In the case 1, we have discussed if only load resistance is variable. And in the second case, we are discussing if load resistance as well as load reactance both are variable. What is the case becomes? We connected the load and the nature of load is such that load resistance as well as load reactance both are variable. Load resistance as well as load reactance both are variable. And if load resistance and load reactance both are variable, in that case we can say power transfer from the source to load. Power transfer from source to load will be maximum if RL equal to the RS and XL is equal to the minus of XS. These conditions come from the maxima minima condition. If you apply the maxima minima, you get the condition RL is equal to RS and XL is equal to X of minus of XS. That means if you assume ZS is equal to R plus JX, suppose that you say this resistance is the R, reactance is the X, then load must be RL must be equal to R, RL must be equal to R and X of L must be equal to minus of XS. So ZL must be equal to R minus JX and R minus JX can be written as ZL must be equal to conjugate of ZS. I think it is the familiar condition you know already. This is a very common condition. Most of the student knows this condition. Lithika is asking, sir, why negative? Why negative? Lithika, for this you have to go for the derivation. If you go with the derivation, I am giving you the derivation. Uh, you have to differentiate condition both two times. First you differentiate dPL upon dRL is equal to 0, and second condition you dPL upon dXL. dPL upon dXL must be equal to 0. From this condition you get RL is equal to RS, and from this condition dPL upon dXL you get the condition XL is equal to minus of XS. First make the PL function of RL and XL, and then you differentiate dPL upon dRL must be equal to 0. In second case dPL upon dXL must be 0. Yes, Lithika is saying practically negative refers to reactance. Negative means if one nature is inductive, if load nature is inductive, source nature is the capacitive. Negative sign shows the nature, that is the capacitive. I think from the J notation, in the J notation you know, in the case of RL it is the RL plus JXL, in case of RC it is the RL minus JXC. So if it is the capacitor, it is the minus J. For inductor, it is the plus J. Thank you, Subhan, thank you. Now I am taking the third case. If the load is variable resistance but the constant reactance. If the load is variable resistance but the constant reactance. Can you give me the condition? Yugender is asking, sir, practically complex load possible? Yes, in the AC case, most of the loads are the complex load. Yugender, if you are the electrical student, you must know all the AC loads are mostly complex load. Thank you, Lithika. So, what is the condition? Now we are taking the third case. We are taking the case number 3. If only the load resistance is variable but constant reactance. Load reactance is the constant. Okay, if load resistance is the variable and load reactance is the constant, what is the case? It is the ZS. I am making the third case. Yes, Yugender, you are electronics student. That is why you don't know load is complex. Otherwise, most of the AC loads are the complex load. So, what is the ZS? ZS is equal to RS plus JXS. And here RL is variable, but XL is not variable. XL is the constant. RL is the variable and XL is the constant. And it is the Bs angle theta s volt. Bs angle theta s volt. Guru is asking reactance is assumption or occurs. It occurs because it opposes the current. It opposes the current. So reactance, although reactance in the impedance is a imaginary quantity, but it opposes the current. Yes. Dave is asking, sir, how XL can be fixed? It is a leakage current. Linkage, it is the flux linkage divided by the current. L is equal to flux linkage divided by the current. Leakage current, leakage reactance, XL is the leakage reactance. Most of the electronics students are not comfortable in the AC load. When we discuss the AC steady state analysis, we will discuss more elaborately what is the reactance means, what is the load complex, what is the real load, what is the complex load. We will discuss. Complex means real plus imaginary. If I saying complex in the electrical term, that means we are discussing resistance and reactance both. If we consider the resistance and reactance both, yes, it is the complex. So what is the condition? What is the maximum power condition in that case? If RL is variable and XL is the constant, this reactance and this reactance are added. So what is the RL? In that case, power transfer for maximum power transfer is modulus of RS plus J, XS plus XL. This is the condition for maximum power transfer. And the maximum power transfer occurs under root RS square plus XS plus XL whole square. This is the condition for maximum power transfer. This is the condition for maximum power transfer in this case. This is the maximum power transfer case in this case. XS plus XL whole square, because these two reactants are added. These two reactants are added directly. It is the JXS, it is the JXL. So these two reactants can be added. Akash is asking about the screenshot. Okay. Pawan Chandra is guaranteed preparing for the SSC JE because Pawan is asking the questions according to the level of SSC JE. Pawan, in the numerical, you must remember these formulas. Otherwise, for the knowledge sake of the knowledge, you can derive these results. But in the for the examination, particularly for the gate, you must remember these conditions or these formulas. And it is very easy. It is very easy if only resistance is variable. Load resistance must be the modulus of the remaining impedance. Load resistance is the remaining impedance modulus, and if both are variable, that means the conjugate. That is the conjugate. Fourth case, case number 4. Case number 4. If RL is constant, if load is the only variable reactance but constant resistance. If load is variable reactance but load resistance is the constant. It is the fourth case. Load reactance is the variable and load resistance is constant. Yaswant is asking questions. What is the motivation for adopting the complex notation? Is it to represent the 90-degree lag behavior of the L and C with respect to R? Basically, 90 degree is the different case. Lag or lead is the term there, but complex is because nature of the impedance is the complex itself, real and imaginary. Lasya is asking, sir, we don't calculate the, yes, very easy. Because if we calculate the condition, load power is always IL square RL. Load power is always IL square RL. We always calculate the load power using this formula, where IL is equal to modulus IL theta L. IL is equal to modulus of IL theta L. Remaining part is the steady state analysis. Lasya, you are asking very good question. We are not interested for the maximum power, because we know if we calculate the condition of RL, we can calculate the power PL is equal to IL square RL, where IL is the modulus of the current in case of AC. In case of AC, if current is in the polar form, you calculate only the RMS value. This IL is the RMS value of the current. IL is the RMS value of the current. So power can be easily calculated if once you calculate the condition, because condition is the important one. Condition is the important one. Yes, Jyotsna is asking very good question. In the previous case, if I take the practical case, suppose that I take the practical case, suppose that it is 6 ohm plus J 4 ohm, let it be, and this resistance is the variable. This resistance is variable. And this is the reactance. This is the reactance which is fixed, J4 ohm. So what is the condition? And I am solving this question completely. I am solving this question completely. So it is the 100 angle 0 volt. Suppose that. So what is the RL? If this is the load, it is the load. RL is variable, XL is fixed, ZS is fixed, voltage is fixed. So what is the condition and what is the power? Yes, Yaswant is giving the correct answer. So J4 and J4 you can add in the series. So this question be equivalent to this question. This question be equivalent to this question. 100 angle 0, 100 angle 0 and 6 ohm plus J4 plus J4. So you can make this resistance as 6 ohm and J8 ohm. And this is the load resistance. This is the load resistance. RL. So what is the RL? RL must be equal to the modulus of ZS. So what is the RL? RL is equal to modulus of Z. Remaining Z. Remaining Z modulus. So what is the remaining Z modulus? Modulus of 6 plus J8. So what you get? Under root 6 square plus 8 square. So you get the 10 ohm. So RL is equal to 10 ohm. Now what is the maximum power? Maximum power is IL square RL. You calculate the IL. What is the IL? IL you can calculate very easily. RL is coming now 10 ohm. So what is the IL? IL is equal to, I am calculating the IL. IL theta L is equal to voltage divided by the total impedance. So 100 angle 0 divided by 6 plus 10, 16 plus J8. 16 plus J8. You calculate in the calculator and get the current. And once you get the current, here put the current and square R. You get the answer. So IL square into 10 is the answer. And what is the IL modulus? You can calculate very easily. If I calculate, it is coming 100 angle 0 divided by 16 square is the 256 and 8 square is the 64. So it is the 320. Under root 320. Tan inverse 1 by 2. Tan inverse 0.5. A calculator is required in this case. And we not interested in the angle. We are only interested in the magnitude. So if you put in the magnitude, what is the IL? 100 into 100 divided by 320 into 10. You get the answer. So 4 8 ja 32. It is the 25. 4 2 ja 8. 4 25. 25 into 25 is the 625. 625 upon 2 is the 312.5. So power is coming. PL max is coming because we are not interested in the angle. We are only interested in the magnitude. We are only interested in the magnitude. So magnitude is coming 312.5. This is the last answer. PL max is equal to 312.5. Gajendra, we are only interested in the current and not take the under root because we have to put power as IL square RL. We have to put IL square RL. No need to calculate the under root because we have to ultimate square this. So 100 upon under root 30, 320 square is 100 into 100 upon 320 into RL. RL is the 10. So it is the 100 into 100 upon 32. Yes, Om Tripathi is saying this means the reactance J4 connected with the variable resistance will be considered. Yes, you can add with this reactance. You can add with this reactance. Very good, Om Tripathi. Gajendra is saying thank you. This question is very helpful for taking the example because this question will give you the insight of how to calculate the resistance and how to calculate the power. I think this question will give you the sufficient insight. And those students who are not very comfortable in the steady state, I will revise this concept in the steady state also. Lasya is saying, sir, it is not 6. It is not 6. Yes, it is the 6. And it is the 6 ohm. It is J4. It is J4. So 6 ohm plus J4 plus J4. It is the 6 plus J8. I think last year it is correct. It is the correct. Yes, Pawan Goswami is saying very good, sir. For every case, we have to remember only the RL. PL max formula is always same. If you calculate the condition of RL or ZL, it is the power for maximum power is always IL square RL. You don't need to remember the formula for maximum power. You just calculate the RL, IL square. IL is equal to, it is the 10 plus 6. It is the 10 and it is the 6. 10 plus 16. 16 whole square. Okay, okay. I am fair. I am doing the fair work. I am doing the fair work. Last year it is the 16. It is not 6. It is the 16. 10 plus 6. It is the 6. It is the 10. 10 plus 6 is the 16. And it is the 8. 16 square is the 256. And 8 square is the 64. Yes, impedance is equal to resistance plus reactance. Very good. Okay, okay. So it is the fourth case. It is the fourth case if RL is constant and XL is variable. Okay, okay, Lasya. So it is the fourth case if ZS is equal to RS plus JXS and RL is constant but XL is variable. XL is variable. RL is constant, XL is variable. It is the source. It is the source and it is the load. It is the A terminal. It is B terminal. It is the Vs angle theta s. What is the condition? What is the condition if XL is variable? If XL is variable, condition is XL must be equal to minus of XS. XL must be equal to minus of XS. This is the condition. For maximum power transfer to the RL, XL must be equal to minus of XS. And you calculate the maximum power. XS and XL cancelled out. So RS and RL. RS plus RL is the total resistance and you calculate the power. So what is the IL? Yes, yes. Gajendra is giving the correct condition. XL is equal to minus of XS ohm. If only reactance, load reactance is variable, the condition is XL must be equal to minus of XS. Sivans is asking which case is important. Most important case is the only variable resistance. The most important case in the gate is the only resistance is variable. This case is the most effective case. Or you can expect this case. Two cases are the most effective case, but you cannot predict about the gate because gate always make the new question. So you cannot predict about the gate, but these two condition of the maximum power is very, very important. Case 1, yes, case 1 and case 2 are the most important. Case 1 is the most important. Case 2 is the easy case, but it is the general case. It is expected for every student to know these, at least these two cases. Every student is advisable to remember these cases, at least these two cases. Yes, Aditya is asking very good question if ZS is variable. Okay, Aditya, we will take the ZS case also, but before going to this, we are taking some numerical. Now I am taking some numerical. Aditya, we will discuss when ZS is variable. We will discuss when ZS is variable also. RL is the variable. What is the RL? What is the value of RL for maximum power to the load? It is the first numerical. Kalyani is saying, sir, reactance and resistance do the same work now? Yes, yes. The nature wise, resistance and reactance do the same work to oppose the current. They are mainly used oppose the current. Yes, reactance comes in the picture of the AC. Yes, Yugender, you are giving the correct explanation. Reactance comes in the picture of the AC network. Yes, very good, Yogender, very good. A is the correct answer. Very good, very good. A is the correct answer. A is the correct answer. If RL is equal to 16 ohm, power transfer from source to load would be maximum. Very good, very good. Yes. Dharika Sri 16, Deepa, Ram Prasad, Kalyani, Lithika, Devasis, all are Om Tripathi, Sandeep, all are giving the 16 ohm. Very good. So if RL is equal to 4, maximum power transfer to the load for PL maximum, RL must be equal to the RS. And RS is nothing but it is the RTH. And RTH is the RAB. So calculate the RAB. For calculating the RAB, apply 1 volt battery or 1 ampere and short circuit the voltage source. So I am calculating the RS. If I calculate the RS, for RS calculation, if I go with the RS calculation, apply the 1 volt battery here and short circuit this voltage source. If I apply the 1 volt battery here and short circuit this voltage source, and this is the 1 volt battery, and apply the nodal. This is the reference node. This is the 1 volt. This is the 1 volt. We have to calculate this current, I. So what is the I1? I1 is equal to 1 by 40. I1 is equal to 1 by 40. What is this current? This current is the 1 by 20. And this current is the 0.5 I1. So what is the I? If you apply the KCL, 0.5 I1 incoming plus I is equal to outgoing. I1 plus 1 by 20. So what is the I? I is equal to 0.5 I1 plus 1 by 20. If you put I1 is equal to 1 by 40, you get 1 by 80 plus 1 by 20. If you take the 80 LCM, it is the 5 by 80. 5 by 80 is the 1 by 16. This is the capital I. So what is the RAB? RAB is equal to VAB upon IAB. VAB is the 1 volt, IAB is the 1 by 16 ampere. So it is the 16 ohm. 16 ohm is the, yes. Yaswant is giving the maximum power also. Very good, very good. So what is the maximum power? If you calculate the maximum power also, PL max is equal to VS square upon 4 RL. RL you have already calculated 16 ohm. So if you calculate the VS, after opening circuit, after open circuit this resistance, if you calculate the equivalent voltage, across A and B, you get the VS also. It is the VS and this is the reference. This is the ground. 0 volt. So VS is equal to VAB. VAB is equal to VA minus VB. VA is equal to VS and VB is equal to 0. So VA minus 0 is equal to VA. If you calculate, and VA is the VS. This node voltage is the VA. So if you apply the KCL here, VA by 20, if you apply the KCL, it is the outgoing, it is also outgoing, plus I1 is equal to, this is the incoming, 0.5 I1. And it is the open circuit now. For calculating the VS, it is the open circuit. So what is the VA upon 20? VA upon 20 is the 0.5 I. It is the, this is outgoing, it is also outgoing, it is the incoming. So it is the minus 0.5 I1. And what is the I1? If you calculate the I1, minus 0.5 into I1. I1 is VA minus 50 by 40. 50 volt. VA minus 50 upon 40. If you solve, you get the answer. So VA by 20, VA minus 50 by 40 I1, and these two currents are outgoing, and this current is the incoming. Yes, you can calculate power by this RL is equal to 16. Yes, sir. Yes, one. You are getting the correct answer. VA is coming 10 volt. Students are saying VA is coming 10 volt. VA is coming 10 volt. If you solve this, you are getting VA is equal to 10 volt. And it is very easy. 0.5 is the 1 by 2. 20 to the 40. So it is the 4. 4 VA is equal to minus VA plus 50. So 5 VA is equal to 50. VA is equal to 10. And Yaswant is giving a very good trick. Yaswant is giving very good trick. Yaswant is saying, sir, put RL is equal to 16. Put RL is equal to 16 and calculate the power in this 16 ohm. It is also a very nice idea. If you know RL is equal to 16, you say RL is equal to 16 and calculate the power in 16 ohm. It is also a very good idea. Very good, Yaswant. It is also a very good idea. Replace RL with 16 ohm and calculate the current in the 16 ohm. IL square into 16 is the power. You can calculate the current in the 16 and get the answer. It is also a very good method. It is also a very good method. This voltage is the V, and if you apply the KCL, 0.5 I1 is equal to V by 20 plus V by 16 plus V minus 50 by 40. If you solve V square by R or I square R, you get the answer. Yes, both are correct. Both are correct. You calculate the V and V square by 16 is the total power. V square by 16 is the total power. So it is your choice. Once you solve the RL, you can calculate the power by applying the RL is equal to 16 ohm. Very good, very good. Now come to the next question. You can solve this question very easily. So you can take as a homework because this question is very easy. I am taking some typical question. Yes, give the answer for this. What is the RL for maximum power transfer to the load? What is the RL for maximum power transfer to the load? And you calculate the RL power maximum also. What is the condition for power maximum? What is the RL for PL max? And calculate the PL max also. Calculate the amount of maximum power also. Yaswant is giving the yes. It is also like a homework question. I think I have given for VS and RS. I have given this question for VS and RS. If you calculate the VTH and RTH for this question, you can solve this question very easily. What is the VS and what is the RS? If you have calculated, VS is nothing but it is the VTH and RS is nothing but it is the RTH. Because once you calculate the RTH, RL is equal to RTH or RS. So if you know the Thevenin theorem, it means you can solve the question for maximum power also. And what is the PL max? PL max is equal to VS square upon 4RL. So some students are giving the 3 ohm, some are giving 4. I think 3 ohm is the correct answer. I am solving for RS. I am solving this question for RS. So for RS, we have to short circuit this voltage source. For RS, I am solving this question for RS or RTH. If I solve this question for RS, I have to apply 1 volt battery or 1 ampere current source. I have applied 1 ampere current source or 1 volt battery. I am applying the 1 ampere current source. And voltage across this is V. Out of 1 ampere, 0.52 V, 0.25 V naught is going here. So this current is the 1 minus 0.25 V naught, and this 1 ampere is divided further here, because by adding it becomes again 1 ampere. This point become 1 ampere, and if I divide into two parts, I get 2/3 current and 1/3 ampere. If I divide, so what is the V naught? V naught is equal to 2/3 into 3. So V naught is coming 2 volt. V naught is, I have here divided the 1 ampere current into two parts. It is the 1/3 ampere, it is the 2/3 ampere. I have divided 1 ampere current into two parts. It is the 2/3, it is the 1/3. So what is the V naught? V naught is equal to 2/3 multiplied by 3. So you get the 2 volt. And what is the V? If you apply the KVL, you get the answer. So what is the V? V is equal to 2 into 1 minus 0.25 V naught plus 2 volt. So what I get? 2 into 1 minus 0.25 into 2 is the 0.5 plus 2. So I get 2 into 0.5 plus 2. So 2 into 0.5 is 1, 1 plus 2 is the 3 volt. And if V is coming 3 volt, RS is equal to RAB is equal to VAB upon IAB. VAB is the V volt, IAB is the 1 ampere. So 3 volt upon 1 ampere is the 3 ohm. So correct answer of the RS is 3 ohm. And if RS is 3 ohm, RL is also 3 ohm. So RL is equal to 3 ohm for maximum power to the load. If RL is equal to 3 ohm, power will transfer, maximum power will transfer to the load. Yes, Sakshi, Kalyani, Devashish, Lithika, Payal, Om Tripathi, Subham, Gajendra Prajapati, Bhagwati, Krishna, Geetika, Geeta, Anup, SVA, leaving the correct answer. Very good, very good. Very good. Now, if you calculate the maximum power also, you calculate the Vs. If you want to calculate the maximum power, you have to calculate the Vs. You have to calculate the Vs also, or you put the RL is equal to 3 ohm and solve the question again. It is your choice. PL max is coming 0.75 watt. Bhagwati Krishna is giving the PL max also. So I am solving the PL max for. I am solving this question for PL max also. Jyotsna is saying, sir, solve using the 1 volt source. Okay, it is very easy. If you solve with the 1 volt source, it is again very easy. If I solve this question using the 1 volt battery, this question becomes again easy. This is the short circuit. If you apply the 1 volt battery here, the current through the 1 volt battery is the I. This node voltage is the 1 volt. This node voltage is the 1 volt. This node voltage is the reference node, 0 volt. This node voltage is the V naught, because negative plate plus battery drop is equal to V naught. It is the V naught. So if you apply the KCL, V naught by 6, V naught by 3, V naught minus 1 by 2 is equal to 0.25 V naught. So you can solve the V naught. So if you apply the KCL, V naught by 6 plus V naught by 3, because it is also outgoing from the V naught, it is also outgoing, plus V naught minus 1 by 2 is equal to incoming. Incoming is the 0.25 V naught. You can solve the V naught, and once you solve the V naught, you get this current. And once you calculate the V naught and get this current, you get the answer. If you take the 6 LCM, it is the V naught, it is the 2 V naught, it is the 3 V naught minus 3 is equal to 0.25 V naught. So V naught, 2 V naught, 3, 3, 6. 6 V naught minus 3 is equal to 1.5 V naught. So 4.5 V naught is equal to 3. V naught is equal to 2 by 3. Once you calculate the V naught is equal to 2 by 3, now question become easy. It is the V naught is coming 2 by 3 volt. It is the 1 volt battery. It is the 1 volt battery. The current is I. So this voltage is the 1 volt. This voltage is the 1 volt. This is the 2 by 3. So this current is the 1 minus 2 by 3 upon 2. This current is 1 minus 2 by 3 upon 2, 1 by 6 ampere. So this current is the 1 by 6 ampere. What is this current? V naught is equal to 2 by 3. So this current is the 0.25 V naught. So it is the 1 by 4 into V naught, 2 by 3. So it is the 1 by 6 ampere. This current is also 1 by 6 ampere. So if this current is 1 by 6, this current is 1 by 6. So this current is the 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6 is equal to 1 by 3. And if this current is 1 by 3, 1 upon 1 by 3 is equal to 3. So you can solve using the 1 volt battery or 1 ampere. It is your choice. Yes, Anup is saying voltage is coming 3 volt. Okay, I am solving for Vs. Now I am solving this question for Vs. So this is the reference node. This node is the reference node. This point voltage is the V naught. And since there is a current, so it is the plus, it is the minus, because current is flowing like this. 0.25 into 2 is equal to 0.5 V naught. This voltage is the 0.5 V naught. Negative plate voltage plus battery voltage is equal to positive plate potential. So this potential is the 0.5 V naught. This potential, negative plate potential plus voltage drop is equal to positive plate potential. Now you can apply the KCL. V naught minus 18, because this voltage is the 18. V naught minus 18 upon 6, this outgoing current. This outgoing current is the V naught by 3. This outgoing current is the 0.5 V naught divided by 2. Or you can say this outgoing current is equal to this incoming current. So is equal to 0. So what is the V naught? If you take the 6 LCM, V naught minus 18 plus 2 V naught is equal to 0. So 3 V naught is coming 18, V naught is coming 6 volt. But VTH is not V naught. VTH is the 0.5 V naught, because Vs is equal to VAB and VAB is equal to VA minus VB. VB is 0, VB is 0. So VA is equal to 0.5 V naught. So 0.5 V naught minus 0 is equal to 0.5 V naught. So 0.5 into 6 is equal to 3 volt. And once you calculate the Vs, you get the power Vs square upon 4RL. Power maximum is equal to power maximum PL max is equal to Vs square upon 4RL. Vs is equal to coming 3 volt, 3 into 3 upon 4 into 3. So it is the 3 by 4. 3 by 4 is the 0.75 watt. 0.75 watt is the maximum power. Yes, Deepa, Devasis, Lithika, Sakshi, Ramya, Subham, all have given the Bhagwati, all have given the correct answer for the maximum power. Anup is giving the power, very good. Sachitra is giving the correct answer. Now give the answer of this question. What is the RL for maximum power to the load? What is the RL for maximum power to the load? Sivans is saying, sir, please explain the calculation. It is very easy. It is very easy. If I solve this question, explanation. Okay. Payal is saying, so the homework questions once. Okay, Payal, I am sorry. So if you solve this question, it is the reference node. It is the reference node. And voltage across A and B terminal is the Vs. So what is the Vs? Vs is equal to VAB. VAB is equal to VA minus VB. VB is connected to ground. So VA minus 0 is equal to VA. So Vs is equal to VA volt. Vs is equal to VA volt. Now you solve. You assume this node negative plate voltage plus voltage drop is equal to positive plate voltage. or positive terminal voltage. So it is the V naught. Negative plate plus battery is equal to positive, so it is the 18 volt. And this 0.25 V naught current direction would be like this, because it will make the closed path. So if 0.25 V naught current will flow, this is the plus, this is the minus. And what is the voltage drop? Current into resistance. 0.25 V naught into 2 is the 0.5 V naught. So this voltage drop is the 0.5 V naught. And this polarity is the plus, this polarity is the negative. So if you assume this polarity as X, negative plate voltage plus voltage drop or battery voltage, you can say voltage drop is equal to positive plate voltage. Positive. So what is the negative side? Negative side voltage is the VA or X. Negative side voltage is the VA. Voltage drop is the 0.5 V naught. So positive plate voltage is the V naught, because this side node voltage is the V naught. So what is the VA? VA is equal to 0.5 V naught. So this voltage is the 0.5 V naught. And if you apply the KCL, this is the outgoing current, this is the outgoing current. It is incoming and it is outgoing, and both are same. This incoming current is the 0.25 V naught. This outgoing current is the 0.25 V naught. So this outgoing, this incoming cancelled out. So at this node, these three currents are the incoming, this is the outgoing. So if you apply the KCL, these two currents are cancelled out. Only these two currents considered. Yes, Yaswant is giving the resistance for the next case. Yaswant is giving the question. Yes. This is the question. What is the value of RL for maximum power? So it is the AC network. It is the AC network, and load resistance is the pure resistive. Load resistance is the pure resistive. And if load is pure resistive and circuit is the impedance, you can calculate the ZS. And RL is equal to modulus ZS. So for maximum power, RL must be equal to the mod ZS. And for ZS, if you calculate the ZS, for calculation of the ZS, short circuit the voltage source and calculate the impedance. Short circuit the voltage source and calculate the impedance across the AB terminal. If you calculate the impedance across the AB terminal, you get the answer. It is the 40 ohm. It is the minus J30 ohm. So what is the ZS? ZS is the parallel equivalent of these two impedances. So what is the ZS? ZS is equal to 40 minus J30 parallel J20. So if you solve Z1 Z2 upon Z1 plus Z2, 40 minus J30 multiplied by J20 divided by 40 minus J30 plus J20. Somewhat calculation required in the calculator. So you can solve very easily. So it becomes, if I solve ZS is equal to 40 minus J30 into J20 upon 40 minus J10. And if it is the ZS, you calculate the ZL. ZL is equal to modulus of ZS. And if you take the modulus of this, if you calculate 40 minus J30 modulus is 40 square plus 30 square into 20J modulus is the 20, and 40 minus J10 modulus is 40 square plus 10 square. So you calculate, it is coming 50. It is coming 50. 40 square is the 1600 900. 2500 under root is the 50 into 20 upon 40 square is the 1600 plus 10 square is the 100. 100 plus is the 1700. So it is the 50 to the 100 upon root 17. 50, 100 upon root 70 you calculate. 17 is the 4 point something. So it is the 100 upon 4 point something. Under root 17 is the 4 point something. So it is coming 24.25 ohm. Yes, very good. So ZL is coming for 24.24. So minimum calculator requirement is there. Minimum calculator requirement is there if you know the condition. Sunil is giving the answer. Gajendra, Yaswant, Sachitra, Deepa, Sonakshi, Sakshi, Subham, all have given the correct answer. 24.25 is the correct answer. Yes, yes. 24.25 ohm is the correct answer for maximum power. Yes, yes. Very good, very good. Sivans is asking, sir, can't we directly add? No, we cannot directly add because it is the AC case. In the case of the AC network, you have to calculate first ZS. You have to calculate the ZS of the two terminal. Once you calculate the ZS, ZL is equal to modulus of ZS. You must remember this condition. You must remember this condition, otherwise question will be wrong. Both the resistance you cannot add because these are not the series. These are not the series because you are watching, you are seeing the network from these two terminal, and from these two terminal, if you draw the virtual current, it will divide, and if there is current dividing, it cannot be in series. And this branch and this branch connected at one point here and connected at one point here. And I have already told you, if two branches are connected like this, they are connected at the one end and they are connected at the other end. They are always in the parallel. They are always in the parallel. So this branch and this branch are connected at one point and other point. So these two branches are parallel if we are seeing from this side. If we are seeing from this side, they are in the parallel. And for calculating the impedance, we always see the network from the AB terminal. Shivans, I think it is clear to you. If you calculate the impedance from the AB terminal, you have to see the network from the AB terminal. Okay. Now give the answer of this question. Give the answer of this question. If it is the inductor, nature wise it must be capacitor. Nature wise it must be capacitor. If it is a inductor, nature wise it must be a capacitor. Nature wise it must be a capacitor because both the nature must be of opposite. A, B. Suppose that it is variable as well as this is variable. It is the RL, it is the XL. Load reactance. I am not saying it is the inductor reactance, it is the load reactance. Suppose that it is the 16 ohm, it is the J12 ohm, and it is the 200 angle 60 degree volt. What is the load impedance? What is the load impedance for maximum power? What is the ZL for maximum power and what is the PL max? Give me the answer of these two questions for this question. What is the ZL for maximum power and what is the PL max? Give the answer of this question. What is the ZL and what is the PL max? Yes, yes, very good, very good. And what is the PL max also? What is the PL max also? All students are giving the correct answer. $60 minus J12 is the correct answer. ZL is equal to ZS. What is the ZS? ZS is equal to 16 plus J12. ZS is equal to 16 plus J12. And what is the ZL? ZL is equal to the conjugate of ZS. And if you take the conjugate, 16 plus J12 conjugate is the 16 minus J12. Very good. So first answer is the correct. Now what is the power? Power maximum is equal to IL square RL. What is the IL? IL is equal to 260 divided by sum. 16 plus 16 is the 32. 16 plus J12 plus 16 minus J12. So J12 cancelled out. So it is coming 200 angle 60 divided by 32. And if you take the magnitude, if you take the modulus, because for IL you have to take the modulus. So modulus is 200 divided by 32. 825 ja 200, 8 4 ja 32. So it is the 25 by 4. And if you put the 25 by 4, you get the answer. 25 by 4 square into RL. RL is the 16. So you get the 625. 625 watt is the correct answer. Very good, very good. 625 watt is the correct answer. 625 watt is the correct answer. Okay, now it is the very easy question. Now I am giving you the next question. Give the answer of this question. What is the PL max? You have to calculate the maximum power. It is the load. It is the load. And if it is the load, what is the maximum power to the load? What is the PL max? Give me the answer of PL max. What is the PL max for this question? Yaswant is saying, throw some light on why would the answer does not affect even if the angle is not being taken. Yaswant, angle effect is not there because we are calculating only the real power. If we are calculating the complex power, obviously angle will come into the picture. Yaswant, you are asking very good question because we are only calculating the real power. And in the resistance, real power only depends on the RMS value of the magnitude of the current. We only take the magnitude of the RMS value of the current, not the angle. Because if you take the angle, you get the power in the complex form. And power across the resistance is only real. Yes, yes. Students are giving the answer. Students are giving the answer. Okay, okay, Yaswant. Okay, very good. Thank you, Yaswant. Thank you. Students are giving the 100 watt. So for maximum power, the capacitive reactance must be minus J10. So if the source reactance is variable and so for maximum power transfer, XS must be equal to minus of XL. Minus of XL. So it would be, if it is J10, it must be minus J10. And if it is minus J10, what is the power current? Current you calculate power is equal to IL square RL. IL square RL. And if you calculate the IL, what is the IL? IL is equal to 100 angle 60 divided by, if you add both the impedance, 16 plus 4 is the 20. 16 upon 4 is the 20, 100 upon 20 is the 5. Because you take the only modulus. And it is the 5 ampere. Once you calculate the current, 5 square into 4 is equal to the 100 watt. So correct answer is the 100 watt. Very good, very good. So if the source reactance is variable, only source reactance is variable, So source reactance must be equal to the load reactance. Very good, very good. Student have given the correct answer. Okay, now give the answer of this question. Give the answer of this question. It is the load, it is the source. What is the PL max? Now give the answer. What is the PL max? Give the answer of PL max. Sivans is asking some question, sir, but this condition is only for variable. No, no, no. For variable impedance, RL must be equal to RS and ZL must be equal to XL must be equal to minus of XS. But in the previous case, resistance are different. Sivans, for variable impedance, RL must be equal to the RS. Give the answer of this question. Yes, Yaswant is giving 2.4 kilowatt. SVA is giving 2400 watt. Yes, 2400 watt is the correct answer. For maximum power, RS must be 0. For maximum power, RS must be 0. So what is the IL? IL is equal to modulus 200 angle 0 divided by 0 plus 6 plus J10 minus J2 plus J8. And if you take the LCM, 200 divided by 10 is the 20 ampere. And what is the power? Power PL max is equal to IL square RL. IL is the 20 square into the 6. 400 into 6 is the 2400. Very good. 2400 watt is the correct answer. So power transfer in the load. Power transfer in the load is, maximum power transfer in the load is 2400 watt. Very good, very good. Shyam Sundar is saying 200 is less than 0, means DC source, then inductor will short circuit and capacitor will open. 200 is less than 0. What is the meaning? 200 angle 0. No, no, no. 200 angle 0 means reference angle is 0. Not, it is not DC. If I say it is a 200 angle 0, it is not DC. I think Shyam Sundar, you have some doubt. I will solve this doubt in the steady state analysis. It is the just AC network theorem, so I will take this doubt. What is the meaning of angle 0? It is not DC. Shyam Sundar, it is like this. Voltage is starting at the 0. If a 200 angle 0, it is the voltage waveform. If it is the 200 angle 30, it is the voltage waveform. In both the cases, it is the AC. This voltage is the 200 angle 0 and this is the 200 angle 30 degree. So if it is starting at the 30 degree, it is the 230. If it is starting from the 0, it is the 200 angle 0. Sivans, you should watch the lecture because these maximum power transfer conditions sometimes very confusing. But if you take all the case once and summarize, it will become very easy because there are many cases, so some students sometimes confuse. It is obvious that in the maximum power transfer, some student might confuse. But my advice for those students, they should watch the lecture, this lecture again. It is my advice. Those are those students who are confusing. And those students who have faced the difficulty in the steady state, they must wait for the steady state analysis, because sometime if you are not familiar with the J notation calculation, it becomes sometime complex. Yes, Shiv Shankar is saying J10 minus J2 is the J8. Very good, very good, very good. Yes, Kalyani is saying 6 plus 10j minus 2j. Yes, that is why I am writing the 6 plus j. I have written 6 plus j directly. Otherwise, this is the sum. This is the total sum of the impedance. Very good, Kalyani. My students are so smart that they give the answer of the other student. Thank you, Kalyani. Thank you, Shiv Shankar. Half of the job of me done by my smart students. Thank you all. So now I am winding this session. I will discuss the homework problem in tomorrow session. I am giving the homework problem for today. Now I am giving the homework problem today. Shiv Shankar, thank you very much. Now I am giving some homework problem for day, and I will discuss these problems in the tomorrow class. This is the homework problem. Yaswant is saying you uploaded every type of the load in the basic brain, sir. Thank you, Yaswant. Yaswant, thank you very much, Yaswant. Yes, this lecture is very important. I am also of the opinion, Yaswant, that this lecture is very important. So this is the homework problem. Thank you, Gajendra. Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you, Sakshi. So this is the homework problem I will discuss in the tomorrow session. This is the homework problem for ZL. What is the ZL? And calculate the what is the ZL for maximum power. Yes, Mahesh is saying doubts are cleared now. Thank you, Mahesh. Girish Reddy is saying, sir, what? Yes, Girish Reddy. I have talked to the management and they are ready. They are ready for sharing these PPTs. From tomorrow onwards, they will share that PPT. I have all the PPT delivered to the management. They will share in the app. I want to inform all the students that now onwards all the PPT will be shared, and from the previous PPT also. Nodal, mass PPT, KVL, KCL, all the theorem PPT will be shared from tomorrow onwards. Thank you. What is the ZL and what is the PL max? Thank you, Shiv Shankar. Now I am winding this session. Thank you, Madhusri. Thank you, Sandeep. Ramya, thank you. Tomorrow lecture, Billa is saying way of teaching is very well, sir. Thank you very much. So next question is the next class is the superposition theorem. Tomorrow class at 4 p.m. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. class is about superposition theorem. Class is about superposition theorem tomorrow at 4 p.m. Thank you very much. Thank you all my students. Thank you very much. Bye Sakshi. Bye Soumya. Bye Geeta. Thank you very much.